The A340-500 from Jar Design is available from Xplane11. Price is $59.95 and that works out at £43.30 and €51.17. Now for some reason Jar Design has over the years come in for a little bit of, criticism, and I've never really understood why that is actually. I've never really had any problems with any of the Jar Design aircraft, and this one, the A340-500, actually is very good. Full disclosure, this was provided to me by Evgeny Romanov for review, so I haven't paid for this, but by the same token, Evgeny has no input in the content of this review. Anyway, as I was saying, I've really never had any problems with any of the Jar Design aircraft. I found them to be quite competent, quite capable. The A340 is obviously a much larger aircraft. It's a 4-engined aircraft and behaves as such. Just looking through the cockpit here, some of the texturing is really good, and in fact one can see huge improvements over some of the earlier Jar Design aircraft, and a lot of work has got into this. Now, funnily enough, I think it was last week I read somewhere somebody said that they didn't like the cockpit texturing because you could see the camera flash on some of the photo texturing. Well, none of this is photo texturing. This is all hand drawn and hand textured. What you can see is, as I scroll across here, you can see the reflection of the cockpit behind me, cockpit door, etc. You can see that reflection in the glass panels. So this texturing and 3D work is absolutely superb. I'd say this is some of the best 3D modelling I've seen for quite some time. And just quickly flying through the business class cabin here, you can see that an awful lot of work has gone into it. Once again, the 3D modelling in the cockpit and throughout the aircraft is absolutely spot on. It looks really, really good. A lot of time has been spent on the rendering of the 3D cockpit, and as you can see here, see everything stays in focus, which is only what we've come to expect with the Xplane11 based products. Really, really good. In terms of system modelling, I think there are a couple of things that could be done a little bit better. One of the things that I really think needs to be sorted out is the click spots in the cockpit. As you can see, this is the updated version, which I think it was updated about a week and a half after release, so like the engine fan blades have been updated and the spinner in the engine there has been updated, so you can actually see it. Previously, I must admit, in the first version of release, the engines did not look that good, I'll be quite honest, but since then it has all been revamped and looks really, really quite good. Here you can see I'm using Ground Handling Deluxe, and there is a Ground Handling Deluxe set comes with the aircraft, so if you've got GHD it works automatically. I really like the aircraft. I'm not going to say too much about or show you too much about setting it up. There's no need for a deep dive review of this because it's an Airbus and all Airbus work the same way in respect of fuel planning and constructing your flight plan in the MCDU. But as I say, it's a well-detailed 3D model, the external cockpit and cabin 3D model based on real aircraft data, high resolution external 4K PBR textures with normal maps, advanced wingflex simulation with ultra smooth animation, highly detailed landing gear which we've just seen, animated cargo and passenger doors controlled via the MCDU if you wish. I did a hot start in this. You may have seen right at the beginning of the video I just clicked on hot start. Virtual cockpit has got animated switches, knobs, levers and tables in the cockpit, animated wipers and windshield sun visors, custom plug-in based on realistic cockpit and external 3D lights, advanced custom real feeling FCU knobs control system. That may well be true, but I still think that some of the click spots within the cockpit need sorting out. So I did a short flight from Gatwick to Cardiff because I'd read and I'd seen a few people make comments about the aircraft not capturing the ILS at airports. This flight plan I requested via the request feature in the MCDU. So I didn't even, get the flight plan from SimBrief or anywhere like that. I just simply requested it in the MCDU and loaded it up. So the FMGS system with all main features required for normal flight, common failures can be triggered. SID stars procedures are based on nav data, takeoff data V1 to V2 and VR, calculated by a helper on the MCDU performance page. Multifunction MCDU for full aircraft control, optimum flight level, fuel prediction, etc. And all of this I found to be incredibly accurate. Easy to use payload and fuel loading via the MCD menu. Embedded flight plan generator based on nav data cycle. I mean, this plane, you just literally plug everything in and away it'll go. A system modeled, air conditioning, pressurization, ventilation, auto flight communication, everything. I mean, it's in some ways it's simplified. What I do regret is that you haven't got multi-control display panels, so whatever you do on one display panel is replicated on the right hand side. Same with the MCDU. You can't program them individually, and you can't show different pages on different MCDUs, but that's a minor niggle. It's not a deal breaker, and as far as I could see, I felt the aircraft performed admirably. As you can see here, we're on approach onto Cardiff runway 30, just gone 2,000 feet, and as you can see, it's captured the ILS, and we're descending on the glide slope. What I will do is I'll probably disengage at around about 1,000 feet, which is normal operating procedure for Airbus and for most companies that fly the Airbus. I'm just quickly flashing through the views here. I've got many views set up, and I've already done a community file for Xcamera. So if you've got Xcamera, you can get the file for this for the different views. I use one joystick on the Cytec X52 throttle quadrant. So I use one button on the throttle quadrant, which is under your index finger. You just put your hand on it and you can adjust all views with that. 1,000. I've disengaged the autopilots. So we're still in approach mode. Auto throttle's still on. Autopilots are disengaged. It's my aircraft. I think I'm just losing the glide slope a little bit here. Maybe just a little bit low, but it's okay.
Glide slope.
One thing I did do
500
wrong is I set auto brakes to 4, and
400.
I think that was a little bit aggressive.
100 above.
Anyway, just throttling
300.
up. Just throttling up to clear the trees.
Minimum 200. 100.
There we are.
150. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
And touchdown. There we go. As I say, I had also brake 4, which was a little bit aggressive. I really should have done also brake 3. But as you can see, everything was perfect. Very nice landing. So there we have it, of course, the Jar Design A340-500, available from Xplane11.org. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up, smash the like button, and please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.